Cajun family, and welcome back.
Today marks the day that we're going to start laying out for the foundation on this shop pad.
And there's a laundry list about from here all the way down to that corner long of things that we have got to try to get done while we have dry weather.
Looks like Santa's good and naughty list.
So the first thing that we're going to be doing this morning is reclaiming these four corners that we originally had laid out on this pad. So the main project that we are going to be focusing on is getting this concrete foundation done. We are not going to directly be putting these containers on this almost 2-foot elevated pad that we've built up here because it's just going to be a muddy mess, obviously. So the first priority before even touching our containers has got to be the concrete foundation.
Now, as everything else, it's not just going to be we're going to pour a 56 by 80 slab. There's all kinds of things to take into consideration. We're going to have a concrete patio style uncovered section in front of the shop, so we got to make grade to where the water will run away from the building. We're going to put a drain on the inside of the building. We have to put structures in place for the containers. There's a lot that's going to be encapsulated, so to speak, within this slab. We ready to get to work, boss?
The sun's up, ain't it?
You know what they say about sun's out? Guns out.
Starting on the south side of this slab, we measured off this fence about 40 feet. The Jim's just gonna go ahead and run this tape off the fence.
What did you say, 40 feet?
40 feet.
I thought it was 39 feet and 9/8.
You know what? That's fine too. That's perfectly fine. So we're gonna start by running this tape off the fence all the way to the pad and going ahead and making a mark.
39 and 17/16.
Okay, I'll mark that right up. So we just made sure that our dots on the north side are exactly 50 feet apart as well. So since we have that marked now, we're gonna go caddy corner and see what we're looking at. That's really gonna be the judge if this is gonna be a trapezoid versus a rectangle. We ended up moving the stakes over almost a whole 3 foot, and we obviously had to measure a time or two by all the dots we got going on. Originally, whenever we made this pad, we had an idea of where we wanted it to be, but because we've made it so big, we kind of give ourselves a few inches of wiggle room. So like we said in the beginning, we were gonna do it 56 by 80, but we have shrunk it down to 50 by 80 now. See, this is one of the perks of doing it yourself.
It's going to be so tiny now.
Oh, just so little. Poor you. Lose a little bit of workspace. Lose a little bit of an open front, but that's okay. It only took us like 12 tries to get these perfect rectangles.
It takes a long time. If you really want to get it, I don't know if anybody else, I've never been around anybody doing big forms like this. I'm sure there's probably tricks. But she's right, it takes us forever to get these things perfectly square. Now we got the house dialed in. When we did the house pad, from corner to corner, it was 1/8 of an inch out.
Right.
That's almost not even enough to measure. This thing here, I don't know. I think we finally gave up at around 1/4 of an inch. I don't think we're gonna get any tighter than that, but that's good enough. Just a shot.
So now we officially have all 4 pins in. One thing that I will say we typically do take pretty good pride in is our prep work. Being that we are amateurs at about everything that we do, we at least want to give ourselves the best go at it, I would say.
We are amateurs, but now we are learning.
We are definitely learning.
Oh yeah, we done formed some things up now, and I wouldn't say that we're good, but we're definitely better than we were when we first started. So,
Progress.
attention to detail.
You rock my world, baby. You rock my world like no one else. You make it spin and twirl, baby. You rattle my chain, baby. You rattle my chain. Yeah, you found the key to drive my poor heart insane. Alright. That's how you rock it, baby.
Y'all, we stepped over here by this container to explain to y'all exactly what y'all probably saw in our thumbnail, which is the 3D image that I made this morning. So y'all could see exactly how we're gonna be building our shop. We really wanted to put this into perspective for y'all just because we know that even though we explain things completely different, sometimes it's still hard to interpret exactly what we're saying. So we're gonna go through this with y'all real quick so y'all can understand exactly what to look forward to.
All right, let's get into it. Now, one thing we've said all along is we didn't want this shop to just be a barn, to just be a workshop. We wanted it to serve several functions. And we passed back and forth a lot of different designs, a lot of different ideas, and ultimately this one is the one that we think is best suited for us. So we're gonna have the first shipping container on the south side of this pad running east and west. Not quite 40 feet from that, further north, we're gonna have another shipping container facing east and west. On the top of this thing, we're gonna have 2 shipping containers facing north and south. That's gonna be the Lido deck.
Yes, and we are gonna be cutting those 2 pieces out that are in the middle to make one big room. And whenever you walk into our shop, it's gonna be kind of like walking into a mall type situation. You can walk into this container and it's gonna be, I don't wanna give away too much information, but
It's gonna be X in there.
yes, it's gonna
be Y over here.
and it's gonna be Z up here.
And speaking of why, everybody's probably wondering, why are you doing that? Because we want to have a storm shelter. We do get hurricanes down here. We do not want to leave ever again. So what are we going to do to fix that?
We are gonna be building a hurricane storm shelter. Now, we cannot put one underground. I guess I shouldn't say we can't, but we do not want to. We are gonna be bolting this thing down to the max, which we cannot wait to show y'all exactly how we have that engineered yet. But like Jim said, one is gonna be dedicated to being a storm shelter.
We're going to be concrete and pipe into the ground, and then we're going to be letting the ends of the pipe run up random, and we're going to pour the slab all around those pieces of pipe that are concreted in the ground, that's concreted into the slab. We're going to cut those off, we're going to set the containers on there, we're going to seal weld them all the way up to the pipe that is concreted in the ground, that's concreted through the slab, so forth, so on. You see where I'm going with this.
And I do not have a 3D image of that. That's just too complicated to make. So sorry if that is a little bit confusing, but that is gonna be happening shortly for y'all to see.
Oh yeah, let the wind blow. If the wind's gonna blow, it's gonna blow the whole slab over.
One question that I know we're gonna get a lot of over this whole process is why do we actually pick out these shipping containers to build from. And one of the first things is the durability of the sides of these corrugated metal.
Well, overall, one of these 40-foot high cube shipping containers weighs a little bit north of 8,000 pounds. Now think about the size of that. That's not a whole lot of weight compared to how strong they are. Now this container is capable of having over 60,000 pounds of content inside, and you can pick it up from just each corner, and there's no sags, there's no issues whatsoever. That tells you how strong and how structurally complete these things are.
So what we paid for these containers versus what we would have had to pay in lumber to build something like this would have been an absolute wash anyway.
And the list just kind of goes on and on with the juice versus squeeze. Now our home is made out of stick lumber. That's what we built it out of. So we want to go everything steel out here. Everything that we can possibly do is going to be steel, welded, metal, as strong as we can possibly make it.
Even the trusses we are going to be fabricating ourselves. So there's definitely going to be a lot of welding, a lot of hands-on stuff that I know I'm excited to get back into.
And I'm excited for her to get back into it.
And last but not least, we got a comment the other day that has stuck with me. Sir, if your wife is watching, tell her that it is possible to use storage containers and they not look hideous at the same time. So we can get more into that later on about what we're going to be doing to cover these up, because it's pretty neat, but we don't want to give too much away at one time, and we don't want to bore y'all by just standing here and talking. So we're going to get back out there in this almost 100-degree weather that I thought was supposed to be over. Is there any type of distance away that needs to be?
Well, I'm sure there's some better board professor somewhere that says it has to be some perfect number, but what I like to do is get enough back, that way you can still work around these corners. But the further you get back, the less 2x4 that you're going to have to adjust your screws to. So I usually, I don't know, I like putting them about a foot, foot and a half away from there.
So about right there?
I like it right there.
But he's on the back or the front? Back?
On the back.
That will literally never happen again. All right, 2 strings up, 2 to go.
Now that's an absolute corner right there. You can drive a pin in, you can put a stake in, but that's the only way you can really put your finger on the absolute corner.
Say hi, Betty. Say good morning, Betty.
I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, nothing can ruin my day. No matter what anyone does or say, I smile at fools. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is my time. Cause I know what it's like to be broke. I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down. Yeah, I I am on my way up. I won't slow down. I'm strolling down the street with all of my favorite songs on repeat. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, and I don't care if you spill coffee on me or if the sky is gray or blue. No, I don't care, 'cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is my time. I know what it's like to be broke, yeah. I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the sun, we don't care about the others. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world.
We don't belong here. I want more out of life. The longer we stay here, our boots get stuck in the mud. Let's pack up a life, baby, and call it a night. 'Cause the longer we stay here, the harder the fight. I said, hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one way. We won't regret this. Let's kiss the past goodbye. I'm longing to live this free life I've been hearing about. You will see us howling like wolves in the night. 'Cause nothing is stronger than wanting what you might get. I said, hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one way. Ain't no worries, ain't no worries. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you? Oh, 'cause as long as we're together, home can be a million different things. breaking our hearts. I said